Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Reasons here. I'm going to be doing a Let's Play for FIFA Street 4, basically going through the World Tour, trying to get some of the best players onto my All-Star team, and also trying to get my pro to the highest level that he can be. I knew from the trailers that, like from a few months ago, that I was going to try and do a Let's Play for this game, as on the PlayStation 2, FIFA Street 1 and FIFA Street 2 was probably the only games I played while that was out. I don't even think I played FIFA itself. I can't remember how long ago it was, but the FIFAs that came out when FIFA was out, I don't think I even played. I must have bought them, but I don't think I played them that much, because I used to play like the World Tour that they had on that game so many times, you know, where you had to like you played like national teams. Like I remember like the first team was like Cameroon, and you had to try and, like, if you done like Panna through all of them, then you got to pick a player, or I always used to have Samuel Eto'o, so I don't know if you had a choice, but I just used to pick him anyway, and then he'd be in your next squad. And then I think the last team was France, or I think it was Brazil, and you had to play them in France. It was absolutely amazing. I haven't played that much of the World Tour of this game as of yet, but it's the same kind of idea, it's the same kind of style, so I am really looking forward to trying to get into the storyline. I think the only problem so far that everyone's noticed from the demo, that most of your skills are actually locked, and you have to unlock them by using player upgrades, which for sacrifice you can't upgrade your players, like shooting ability and stuff like that. So that's kind of annoying, but I can see why they've done that, to try and progress as a player. Like it is more realistic, as the more you progress as a player and the more like you play against other better players than you start to pick things up. But I've noticed that it's really hard to like get through like I think the game mode is actually called Panna. I think it is really hard to actually win them on hard. Throughout the whole series, everything will be on hard or online. I played one game online, and then I actually started up another tournament by mistake, and it cancelled out my Birmingham tournament, which was in the semi-final. I've got all of that recorded, so all of that will be coming up. This is just me customising my player, making him, trying to look a bit like me, but he does look exactly like my FIFA Street 2 Pro, which is quite funny. My PS2 is actually in the top of my wardrobe. Maybe one day I'll try and get that down and record what I have from there. But there's only one game in this episode itself. My squeaky chair, I'm sorry. There's only one game in this episode itself, but I have played like about 15 games, and I have, as I've already said, I have got that all recorded, so I'll try and upload that. And this one game is really boring, so I've just put the one goal in it, because I kept trying to do the skill, you know, that they show you from the highlights where you get down and head the ball in. I kept trying to do that, and I choked it so many times. It was unbelievable. And also all the skills are locked, so it's a really, really boring game, the first one. So I haven't really got anything else to talk about as of yet, so I'm going to let this play, and I'll come back when I think there's something that I could probably add that you won't be able to pick up from what you're watching. So I'll be back in a few minutes, guys, or a few seconds. I don't know how long this is going to be. So just as I put the mic down, I realised that this is the part where you start to pick your country. I obviously went for West Midlands. If you can't tell from my accent, I am actually from Birmingham. And if you see from the text message here, that everyone's already seen this, because this is in the demo. You start playing, and look, this is the second half. It's 0-0 because I couldn't do anything. I just scored a real boring goal, because this was the first time I'd played, and I didn't realise that nearly all of the skills were actually locked and everything. So you can see like the player stats after this, and it was a really dull game, because I was trying to do skills that were banned, so it was absolutely terrible. And I actually went out after that, so this is another video added onto this, because the first time I uploaded World Tour the second time I'd loaded up World Tour, it automatically took me to this, so I believe this is what it would have taken you to straight after that game. So I apologise if it's not, it's just this is where it took me to after I'd quit. And basically I was trying to make it like the Aston Villa badge, as I am actually an Aston Villa fan. But it didn't kind of go to plan. I think it looked alright, but I think the yellow on this with the lion didn't look very good, because if you don't know about like a Villa collar, the Villa like badge, it is like the red badge that we've got, like the outline where mine's white at the moment is actually red, and then it's like light blue on the background, which I tried to do, and then it's got a yellow lion in the middle, but I think the yellow on the blue on this looks absolutely terrible, so I did end up going away with a black lion, which I keep changing, and I'm trying to think whether it's worth it, and I kept looking at my Villa badge thinking, I don't know if this is going to work out, as it does look quite terrible, but I did end up sticking with it. This is what I was trying to do first, and I was about to continue there, and I thought, no way, that looks absolutely awful. Go back to the black lion, and that is what I've still got today. So I'm just making my team here, and I didn't know a name, so I've just put YouTube. I think I have changed that now. I don't know what I've called it, but I think it looks absolutely terrible when you're starting to play a game and stuff like that. I changed the announcer name to Villa, and that is pretty much it for this episode. The next episode will feature two highlights of games, as the first parts are pretty boring, where you're just creating and starting off everything. So hopefully